Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, please support the channel by hitting the like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. Today we'll be talking about the Marvel Legends Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure Waves Tony Stark AI Iron Man. So here we have the Tony Stark AI in the standard Marvel Legends packaging here. At the front we get a Iron Man logo from the comics here, looks really nice. And at the top we get a symbol for Iron Man. At the side we get a nice artwork of the Tony Stark AI. Same on the other side. And at the back we get a brief bio of the character. If you want to read it, you can pause the video. And here we have the other figures from the wave. Alright, let's get the Tony Stark AI out of the packaging. And here we have the Tony Stark AI. Now before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. Besides the Build-A-Figure piece, this Tony Stark AI figure comes with two pairs of interchangeable hands. So we have one pair of fisted hands and one pair of open repulsor hands. We also get one pair of repulsor blast effects. And I think these fisted hands look good. I like the sculpt and I like the paint apps. The open repulsor hands also look nice. We have actually seen these two types of hands before with the 8 years classic Iron Man. Same goes for these repulsor blast effects. We've seen these many times before with almost every Iron Man figure. But regardless, these two look great. Nice translucent blue plastic, looks awesome. And taking a closer look at the figure itself, so starting with this first head sculpt, I do like how this Tony Stark AI turned out in action figure form. So just a bit of trivia, in Civil War II, after losing against Captain Marvel, Iron Man slipped into a coma, and this digital backup copy of his mind was activated. And this AI helped train Riri Williams, also known as Ironheart, who we will be seeing soon in the MCU in her own Disney Plus show. Anyway, back to the head sculpt. I love the translucent blue plastic that they used here. I think it's similar to how they do the repulsor blast effects, so this looks really awesome. And if you look closely, you can actually distinguish his features. So we have his facial hair here and his eyes. And if you did notice, so these features have a darker blue hue to them, so you can actually tell them apart. And switching it up with the alternate head sculpt, and here we have a masked Iron Man. And I think this helmet looks amazing. It's actually the same head sculpt that we got from the 8 years Iron Man, which I don't have with me right now. The only difference is that they used yellow paint instead of gold, which is actually true for the rest of the figure. And if you look closer, you can see that there's blue paint here in the slits for his eyes and mouth, which I think is a really nice touch to this helmet here. The rest of the figure looks awesome. Like with the accessories and the helmet, this is just the same figure that we got before, just with yellow paint apps instead of gold. One more thing that I want to point out is new with this figure is the color of the arc reactor. So the 8 years Iron Man had faint yellow on the arc reactor, while this one here has blue, which I think looks better because the blue contrasting with the red and yellow just looks really good in my opinion. So moving on, so same figure as before. So we got this nice sculpted muscular tones all over the armor here. Yeah, looks really nice. The arms look good like before, but I gotta say, I'm really loving the clean yellow paint apps on this one even more. And the legs look great as well, no complaints there. The overall figure looks and feels very vibrant. This red and yellow color scheme just screams classic. So overall, I think this figure here is an improvement on the 80 years Iron Man, mainly because of these new paint apps. Since this is just the same figure as the 80 years Iron Man, the articulation is also the same. So going over it quickly, Iron Man can look upward that far, that's great, and he can look down all the way as well. His head does rotate, just a little bit of forward-backward shifting motion, no neck pivot. His arms bend upward that far over the 90-degree mark, and he can bend them down all the way as well. His shoulders rotate 360. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. His wrists rotate and move up and down. He can crunch forward and backwards as well. He's got a waist swivel. His legs can kick forward that far and not so much backwards. His hips move outward very far. I do like that a lot. He has an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot rotation. His ankles move up and down, and he also has ankle pivot. Now for some figure comparisons, here's Iron Man next to the Iron Man Mark 85 from the MCU. So as you can see, the prevalent gold, well in this case yellow, arms and legs, clearly inspired the look of this Mark 85 armor. And here's Iron Man next to the classic retro Spider-Man. So I'm very much a big fan of classic suits, so seeing these two side by side really makes me happy. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends Tony Stark AI Iron Man. So I think this figure has decent accessories, great sculpt, great paint apps, good articulation, and since I'm a very big fan of this armor design, I love this figure. And if you're wondering where I got this figure, so this figure was actually a birthday present to me from my brother, so shout out to my brother Luis, you're a great guy. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you still haven't, hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media. Links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.